Hey, what's up, guys? It's Blake here with Trade Tracer with your weekly market forecast. In this video, we are going to get you prepared for the week ahead, go over some of my favorite trade setups, and let's go ahead and get into it. As you guys know, none of this is financial advice. Always invest at your own risk. So let's go ahead and start with the S&P 500. I want to pull up a weekly time frame. As you guys know, this is the time frame that we utilize for all of our investments, so all of our longer term trades. We hit the uptrend on this candle last year. I went over that in our webinar yesterday. If you weren't there, make sure you guys go ahead and get in the next one on the end of next month. But the reason I like this setup is because we have a fresh MACD bullish crossover above the 10 SMA, and prices are continuing to move higher. Now, one of the things I want to highlight here is the weekly 20-week moving average. That's a very important indicator. When price is above it, that's typically a very positive sign. If you just go back in time, you can see every time this has acted as support, it's been a positive sign. And when we break below it, it puts the odds in the favor of the bears. So the fact that last week we closed above this 20-week moving average is a very positive sign with a bullish outlook moving forward for the longer term investments. Now, on the daily time frame, we had a very pivotal trading session on Friday. And the reason that I say it was a pivotal trading session is because we actually pushed off of this 200-day moving average. Those of you that follow me, you understand that the 200-day moving average is a very key, important moving average for traders and investors alike. As long as price is trading above the 200-day moving average, it's considered bullish, and below it's bearish. So the fact that we actually came in and tested it on Friday and pushed higher towards the close was a very bullish sign. I know there's a lot of rioting going on across the United States, but honestly, I'll be surprised if futures aren't gapping up on this evening, and we have a higher open on Monday tomorrow. So the S&P 500, in my opinion, looks like a phenomenal entry for a long-term investor, somebody who wants to, get in for the long haul. But I'll say this: use this 200-day moving average as your stop. And if you want to be a little more conservative, I would use this candle's low, which would be right around the 295 area. So if you start closing below 295, have some caution and understand that the odds are no longer as favorably as heavily in your favor if you're bullish. All right, so some of my favorite trade setups. Gold is actually acting really well. We actually entered a position on gold miners on Friday, and the reason that I like gold is we're back above this 10-period moving average. The RSI is back above 50, and we're forming a nice volume shelf up here. I'm going to go ahead and pull this volume by price indicator from the from these lows, and you can see how much volume has just been traded at this area, and it's building a volume shelf. And as long as we start to move above the shelf, which we are, the odds start to favor higher prices. So gold, I really like a lot. That's why we went ahead and entered a position on gold miners on Friday. We're above both VWAPs anchored from the breakout high and this previous breakout of the downtrend. So you can see back above both of those VWAPs, RSI is curling back higher, and we have a nice volume shelf. So I do like gold. I think that definitely has some room to run. Tesla is one of my favorite stocks that I'm watching, and obviously you guys know we had some news with SpaceX launching a couple of astronauts on Dragon into space this past weekend, which is pretty awesome. And we'll see if Tesla gets any sort of bounce from that. But what I am watching is this downtrend. If we can break above this downtrend line, which is from the all-time highs, I think things look very, very strong for Tesla. And once again, speaking on the volume shelf, this volume by price is dated back from the February highs, okay? And you can see how much volume has traded in this 780 to 800 level. Okay, this volume shelf right here has acted as support the entire time once we moved above it. And finally on Friday, we're making an attempt at that break, at that downtrend line. And if we can get some price strength confirmation above this candle's high, which is 843.29, that would be enough for me to go ahead and enter a long position on Tesla. Okay, so I like that setup a lot. Space as well, very similar. Volume shelf, once again, the anchored VWAP, prices trading above it. Really like this setup. And of course, you guys know Boeing. This is one of my favorite trade setups. And the reason for that is because we have this huge volume base pattern that's building here with the RSI and the MACD both moving higher. Okay, so you can see the RSI down here is back above 50, came back into this demand zone. I would look for an attempt to 160 later this week, provided the S&P 500 holds up. Okay, so that's pretty much all that I have for you guys today. I want to keep this one short. We had a webinar yesterday. I'm going to be doing those once a month. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and click the links in the description to get you into our Telegram group. We're offer free signals, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Take care, guys.